The Carolina Rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Tonight, it's the second game here on this wild card Saturday, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Carolina Panthers. It's the second of our two games here on this Saturday as Super Wild Card Weekend continues here on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready? Panther 60, Panther 60.
Sanders now to the air right away. And incomplete to open things up.
Well, we've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Cougar 19.
Here's Sanders. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Intercepted. The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
18 Cardinals.
Now they try the right side here. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
At the 16-yard line.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Sanders. This is caught. It's Cruz. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Sanders. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly, got a great break on the ball, and able to force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. St. Brown in motion right. Up the middle, Johnson. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, Sanders. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the left sideline. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 76 yards. And the Lions will strike first here in this wild card matchup. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
At the Lions' 22-yard line.
Okay, break. 77 down.
He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Hawk 70, ready.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And the catch made by Johnson. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Theo Johnson, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They begin the drive with Johnson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They go to Johnson again. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Ready? 70 Lions.
7-7, our score after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
19-18.
Slot man moves right. Now Sanders. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On first down, Chamberlain. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. To throw now, here's Sanders. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Cowboy 80. 17.
From the gun, it's Shador. And that's going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Got it. Ready?
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had a touchdown their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready?
2nd and 3. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action now. Sanders. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Scorton. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
It's 2nd down.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
19.
Throwing, Sanders. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, it took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Here we go. 65 catch. Broncos 80. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Caught. It's Cruz, left side. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Throw left side taken in by Washington. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Cowboy 80.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 18
Well, it looks like they'll move things around here. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 45 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Okay, break. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Viking 18. Ready.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This will wind up a loss on the play. And this brings up a 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
18, let's go.
Ball rests on the 7-yard line, 3rd and goal. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. 65 yards. And the Lions have regained the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Yeah, especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. There's a quick throw caught out wide. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Cougar 19. Ready? Unlock line. Panther 6.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Okay, 2nd and 1, you get nothing. What now on 3rd and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and do it again. You didn't get it right the first time. Just get right back on the ball and go. It doesn't matter that they know you're coming. You ought to be able to pick up this short yardage.
Pat the 60, pat the 60.
The killer here, it's complete. So no gain on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Panthers first down.
Got it. Ready?
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
No, get it. Go.
Back to throw again. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Pat the 60, pat the 60. Hawk 70, Hawk 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Hurt.
Again, he'll drop the throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Now, this is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
19 Tiger, 19 Lions. Let go.
They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hope it didn't come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Warrior 70.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open. He couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. In motion goes the tight end. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Panther 60, Panther 60, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Sanders to throw. Out to the right, this is Cruz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And the Lions first down.
Let's go now.
To throw is Sanders. Now a screen set up for Johnson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Red. Cowboy 80.
Now a handoff up the middle. Chamberlain. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And this is going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Right back to him on first down. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
They'll go play action with Nix. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
To throw is Nix. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Sanders. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now Sanders. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing Nix. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Hold on, son. Ready. 180.
Nix to the air. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun is Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal.
Bombers. Oh, my son. Olay.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. This is caught. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Well, they certainly didn't get what they wanted on that play. That means it's a big-time decision on what you call on 4th down.
Absolutely, because a field goal here doesn't do them much good. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Xavier Legette, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point had nothing behind it, but it does get through off the crossbar. And it's now 17-14. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, Sanders. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To throw now, here's Sanders. And caught by Cruz. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ready? 18, Rattler. 19, 18. Mustang, 19. Let's go.
To throw again, here is Sanders. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Throwing, Sanders. That is caught. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature.
Yes. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Ready?
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready?
Throwing again, it's Sanders. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
Okay.
Here comes 2nd down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's Sanders. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9.
Go! Cowboy 80.
They'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now 1st and goal.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into.
Here we go.
Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
To the left side, he finds Tesla. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This crowd doing all they can. Here's third and goal.
Here we go, set. Viking 18. Dragon 60. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And in for the Lions touchdown. Isaac Tesla, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Lions answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will make this a 4-point game. 17. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's first and 10. A carry here for Trevor Etienne. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Another tote for Etienne. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's first and 10. That's complete. Demario Douglas with it.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Etienne up the middle. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll come up first and 10 here. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's second and 10 now. He's back to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's third down. Back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now. They're going. it's Nix. That's to his running back, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
And second and inches at the 12-yard line.
Now second down and a few inches. To throw, here's Nix. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a first and goal as they get the